Alright guys, welcome back to another video. We are back at it here today. This video was filmed a few days before the opening of Red Snapper. I get a lot of people that ask, how are you guys shooting gags? How are you guys shooting Red Snapper? So for everyone who doesn't know or is new here, we do run commercially. We do have gag and Red Snapper quota. And so that is how we're able to shoot these fish. This is about a 100-foot spot. This is the second dive on this spot here. My buddy T just came up from a dive. He said it was good to back dive it. For some reason, the Red Snapper been holding on this wreck pretty decently. There was a lot more on the first drop than you're seeing right here, but still not bad. So I was up to roll in and gonna see if I can target some mangroves here, and if I can get a few Red Snapper, that'd be cool too, but I'm trying to go after some mangroves. They pay a bit better than the Red Snapper, and they're non-IFQ. Water temperature is about 84, 85 on this day. This wreck has three parts of it, like this little crane thing you're seeing. There's a boat off in the distance, and then there's a metal plate just off in the distance as well. Typically, from the last time we were here, that metal plate area you just saw up inside of it, usually a lot of mangroves would congregate inside there. So that was kind of my thought process going into this. I was going to go right there, look up in there, and just kind of shoot and pluck mangroves out of there over and over. But as I got in there and looked, they really weren't inside there. There wasn't many in there at all. I didn't see much of anything. So had to switch it up. Nice mangrove right there. Get a good shot on him. And I didn't know it at the time, and with these Tuso guns, which is what I'm shooting, they have the spare shafts are magnetic. So you see right there, there's a shaft laying right next to my gun, which I didn't even notice. So sometimes when you're spearing around wrecks, your shafts will bounce out and kind of just sit there. So you kind of have to watch with these types of guns. I end up looking at it and finding it later, but right then and there, I had no idea one of my shafts just bounced out of the gun. So I'm heading back over to this area here, and I see like a tail sticking out of the bottom right here, and it's a decent sized gag. And like I said, we do have gag quota, so I was bound to try to get this guy here, try to get as much of a shot on him as I could and as forward as possible. He ends up fighting hard enough. He runs straight out of this area. The shot was low, and unfortunately he tears off right there. Goes back into hiding. So now I'm on the hunt to try to get this guy, because I don't want to leave him down there injured. Crazy some of the places these fish can fit themselves into. You know, you wouldn't think like a decent sized fish to get in there, but they can fit into some small places, that's for sure. End up making my way over to the far corner of this this piece of metal here. If you look just underneath there, you can just see the bottom of his gills and where I shot him at. He's all the way in the corner, hiding up in there. That area was just enough to kind of get my flashlight in. Not big enough to take a shot, unfortunately. There's one more area right here. I think I can get a shot on him on this side. No shot there. I know where he's at, and you'll see at the end of the video, my buddy T actually drops back in on this spot, and he does get him. So stick around to the end, and you'll see that he did get him out. Nice gag right there. I should have probably took the shot. I was waiting for something better. And of course, waiting, he just took off and then just gagged, shooting out in all directions. I followed this one out a little bit into the sand, but he was not picking up what I was putting down. I wasn't going to chase him way off the spot. So over here is the, it's where the upside down boat is. Another part of the wreck. Another area where mangroves will hang, gags will hang. No red snapper will hang. And the spot is a lot more livelier, guys, but just remember this is the second dive on this spot, so the fish are already spooked up and they know what's going on. There's a piece of metal right here too. Looks like over time the fish have dug out an area for themselves. Sometimes you'll find, a gag laid up under here, or some nice mangroves. But looks empty today. Group are waiting for me to shoot something so we can pounce in. See another nice mango in the distance. Got my eye on. Right there, I look and I'm like, hold on, my shaft is right there. And that's what I was saying earlier with these guns. Sometimes if you're banging around wrecks, you won't even know it, and the shaft will pop out. Doesn't happen often. It's the first time it's happened to me, and I've owned this gun for months. Shot plenty of fish on it. But just sometimes you hit it just right, and that shaft will pop right out, so you just have to keep an eye on that. And for those wondering, this is a 60-inch Tuso magnetically integrated spare shaft system. So with that being said, there's magnets inside of the gun, and it holds two shafts. They're recessed up into it, you can see, and it's super awesome. The gun is a little heavy outside of the water, but you don't notice it in the water. Very quick and efficient for reloading. If you're free shafting, super accurate gun. I have no complaints about it whatsoever. Absolutely love that thing. Getting towards the end of my dive here. I'm going to start working my way up. The red snapper kind of come back in as I'm working my way up in the column. And I figured I would just try and plug one more as I'm going up. One thing I do want to try in some of these red snapper spots is having somebody on top of the boat and chumming. I see a lot of people do that, and the snappers seem to come up off the bottom and feed. I don't know if it's something that would work, if it's even worth it, but definitely would like to try it at some point. Some people say too, like, that shot there, oh, you shot him in the body, you know, you're going to make less money now. Unless the fish is completely torn apart, where the skin is open and the fillet is all mangled, we still get the same amount of money for the fish shot like that as if it was shot in the head. It's only unless it looks completely mangled apart that they either won't buy it or will give you significantly less for it. Not a terrible, not an amazing dive, but you know, I'll take a few decent sized mangroves and a red snapper. Just out having fun with my boy. And I mean, you can't beat it. Guys, we commercial spearfish, yes, but we don't do it as our only means of making money. This is more of we went commercial so that we could basically shoot the fish we wanted to shoot and cover expenses for our day. And if we make money on top of that, that's cool. But if not, it's more of just a fun thing for us to do and be able to shoot the fish that we want to shoot and cover expenses for the day. We're not hardcore commercial spear fishermen that do this for a living, you know. So just trying to clear up some of the questions I've been getting.
Found some. Nice.
I would have had a huge gag, bro. He ripped way off.
Gotta be down there. I'm gonna go back in.
Yeah. He's in that mangrove hole. He's deep in there.
Oh, I found it all, yeah. Dude,
Not a lot of ARS running around?
not a ton. Usually after the second drop, there's like half as many as you saw, probably.
Yeah. I would like to find the gag next to the one I shot. He couldn't have ran far. He's got to be up in those holes.
I shot a huge one. I re-looked. He's deep up in the mangrove hole.
You can see him?
Yeah. It's just, you only have like 2 or 3 areas to shoot in there. And he's on the far deep end.
All right, guys. T just got out from his dive. The gag you guys saw that I missed, he actually got. Bring him up here. And he pulled another one.
That's your guy right here. Yeah, it was deep in the wreck. I went around the backside. He was laying up on the wall on the backside. So I went around the backside and found a little hole and poked it through it. So then he spun around and came out to the door. But by the time he was there, I was there. And I was looking at him. He was looking at me. He turned to the side and I busted him. Not bad for wreck 1.
Not bad.
This is 1 wreck worth of meat.
That was mine right there. He tore out and got away. And he got it.
Oh, that's another good one.
Nice.
Look at this red.
I got him buried a little bit. Nice. For 95 feet.
Tank. Wreck 1 complete. Let's move on. See what we do.
That was 3 drops on 1 wreck. We're going to get all these fish pulled out of here. Going to get them iced properly. And then we're going to bounce to another one. See if we can't pluck some mangrove. So we're on the move.